Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine for those of you who are new here, and here I just share my love of journaling and stationery. And today I have a long overdue video for my January 2024 flip through in my planners. So I use the Hobinichi Weeks and the Hobinichi Cousin. And then I have some supplementary journals, but I didn't really use them in January, so I won't be showing them. And yeah, I guess we'll just go straight into it. And I'm gonna start with the weeks because this is faster. And then we'll go into the cousin. So I'll just move that to the side. So for the weeks, in my yearly overview page, I'm tracking my weight, and so I'm not going to show that page because it's kind of personal. But I'll start with the monthly section. Here is my general social media overview. So the dot stickers correspond with the channel. Basically, orange is for my main channel where I post vlogs. Right now I'm just catching up on old footage, which is why it's like spread out sporadically. And then yellow is for this channel, my planning / journaling channel. And I missed 1 week here, and I don't think I was planning on posting this week, so this one's fine. I did miss this week, but 3 videos is not too bad in my opinion. And I also wrote the number of reels I've made every week on the side here. And then at the bottom, I put the number of subs and followers and likes, basically my social media stats that I ended the month with. So this is either January 31st or February 1st. And I put my stats at the start of the year here. So this was from January 4th. This way I can track the growth. And yeah. So very simple layout, just gives me a broad overview of everything that I was able to accomplish for my social media. And then moving on to the weeks section. So here I kept basically the same layout, or I think the exact same layout for all of January. In February, I'm going to switch it up slightly. Basically I'm going to get rid of 2 trackers, but yeah. So essentially on this side, the dot stickers correspond with the workouts that I do. So I have different colors here for different types of workouts, and then I put the corresponding color here for the days that I work out. And then I split this section into 3 columns. So the first column is for studying computer science. And every day that I study something, I basically just write down what I studied. And then the middle column is for my journaling channel. Basically every day that I work on something for my journaling channel, I put it here. And then the last column is for my main channel, and same thing, every day that I work on something for my main channel, I write it down here. And this gives me a really good overview of each time that I work on something for each channel, as well as on each day, what am I working on. And yeah, and then these decorative stickers I put on after the fact, just to fill in some of the blank space. Here I have 4 blank boxes, so I put down a sticker so it doesn't look so empty. And also over here I have a lot of blank boxes, so I put down some stickers. And then on the right side, I have a bunch of different trackers. So these graphs are for sleeping, calories, steps, and computer science studying. And then on the side here, I have habit trackers for nutrition. So this is like, did I take my vitamins? Did I eat fruit or vegetables? Stuff like that. And then here is for workouts. It's basically tracking the type of workout that I did, and it's kind of just reiterating what these stickers are already telling me. So I think I might just get rid of this in February, because it's like, even though I like seeing it into information in different formats, I think this just isn't like aesthetic, and it's not super helpful for me, and I don't find as much use out of it as I thought I would. So I think these stickers are good enough. I'm gonna get rid of this. And then this is like my social media tracker. Every day that I post on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, for both of my channels, I put a little X. And I think I might also get rid of this. I'm not sure yet, because this sort of reiterates what is already happening here. So yeah, I might just get rid of this tracker and only keep this one. But here I have my goals for the week, and I break it down into different categories. Here I have studying, and then I was actually able to finish more than I had planned, so I added more goals. That's why it says more study. And I have YouTube editing and reels. And then, yeah, so I keep this exact same layout for all of January. So this is the next day. You can see I did a lot of studying, and I had a good workout week. And then I also worked quite a bit on this, my journaling channel, but I didn't do anything for my social, like my main channel. And yeah. The day after, or the week after, lots of blank spaces. And after that, I really like these two stickers. They're so cute. And here, this is the last week, or last few days really. And that's it for this. In the notes pages, I have not kept up with this. I need to backfill this, but I basically try to write down all of the workouts that I do, especially the strength workouts. That way I can track my progression. Like for example here, chest press, I'm lifting 20s and 30s. And so right now I'm starting with 25, and then I go 30 and 35. So it's just nice to see my progression. And yeah, that's it for this. Now we're going to move on to the Hobinichi Cousin. Okay, so starting here with the, I don't know what this, the yearly index, I think that's what this is called. Here I am tracking my spending, and so I have a color index for like what I bought / didn't buy. Pink is for I bought a want. Orange is something that I really wanted. Green is a need. And then here I changed this to gray, but it's a no buy. Basically, I bought nothing. And so each day I just fill in this box with the corresponding color. And then if I spent something, I bought something, I will write down what I bought. And I don't always write down the price, but it's more important to me what I bought. So yeah, I did spend more than I had originally planned and budgeted for this month. So yeah, I'm not doing super great on my budget. And at the top here, I have my starting and ending net worth, the change, and also the total amount of money that I spent. And at the bottom, I just have some trackers. So This is stuff that relates to my New Year's resolutions / goals. So I wanted to take more dance classes. I think I said at least 3 or 4 dance classes per month. I have my goals actually written. Where'd they go? Here. Here, go to at least 3 dance classes every month. So yeah, and then in January I went to 4 dance classes. So I met my resolution. And then I said I posted 3 vlogs, I posted 3 journaling videos, and I posted 9 reels. And then moving on to the weekly pages, essentially what I did is I used a kit from TCMC. This is the Midnights kit, and I don't use that many stickers throughout my weekly spreads, so I spread out the kit across the entire month. So you'll see that the entire month's weekly spreads are a little bit cohesive because I use the same kit. And here on the sidebar, I have my weekly habits. So no spend, read news, and wash water bottle, track spending on Excel, water plants, and clean apartment. This week, it looks like I did pretty good with most things except read news. And here I'm just like tracking how I spend my time. So I fill this out usually as I go throughout the day. And yeah, at the top here, I put down like some good memories that I had, or like major good memories, so that I can very quickly flip through and look at what happened. And oh my God, I realized I skipped the monthly section. Okay, we're gonna go back to that. But I'm gonna just like put my hand here so I don't forget about it. But yeah, and then this is the second week. Here I had a wedding, or not, it wasn't my wedding. I went to a wedding. And so I used this sticker because it just feels like a wedding with the dove and the heart and how peaceful it is and like happy it is. So yeah. And then the week after, on this day, we were out and about in Spring Lake and Asbury Park, New Jersey. And so we had a really like fun day exploring. And that's why I used this emoji like box sticker for the week, because I felt like it just went with this day. And then we also watched Kimberly Akimbo on Broadway. I almost said broccoli for some reason. But yeah, we went to see Kimberly Akimbo and it was really, really fun. Love that show. And then the next week, I ran out of the habit tracker stickers. So last week I did this. I just wrote like the day of the week in each box and colored it in. And then this week I tried to use this like weekly sticker to track my habits. So I have no spend, NS, and read news, RN. And I forgot to track read news for half of the week, but that probably means that I did not read the news on those days. And yeah, this week I went to go see Once Upon a Mattress at New York City Center. And my family also came over to see the apartment. So that was fun. Then the last few days of February, I switched to a different TCMC kit because I was running out of the Midnights kit. And so now it is the Winter Wonderland kit, I believe it's called, from TCMC. And yeah, I used this sticker from one of her sticker sheets, 2023 subscription favorites. It's from that sticker sheet. Because I feel like this goes along with the Midnights theme, and I just put it here to mark the last day of January. Okay, and now let's go back to the weekly section before we move on to the daily pages. So here, it's kind of like my highlights of the month. I'm able to look at this to get really quickly a glance of all of the good things that happened in January. So on each day, I'll write down some things that happened that were like good memories for me. So it can be anything from here, I made really yummy pork chops, or like on the 8th, I finished a TV show called Romantic Killer. It's an anime. Or something bigger like on the 25th, I went to see a show on at New York City Center. Oh my God. And then like on the 15th, this was the day that we went to Spring Lake and Asbury Park. And on the sidebar here, I have accomplished at the top and highlights after that, just to mark things that I accomplished and highlights. And then for the movies and like shows that I watch, I actually put in accomplished because I have a New Year's resolution that is to watch more movies and TV shows. So for other people, that might just be highlights or like fun things, but for me, it's part of my goals, so I put it under accomplished. And then this is something that I started doing this year where I color coded a lot of the entries. So where did I put, oh, here. My key is here. These are colors from Tombow, so the number corresponds with the Tombow number. And I like basically here I have this blue color 452, and here I said watched Drifting Home on Netflix and Spider-Man Far From Home on Disney Plus. So that's movies, and so I put this blue color here to correspond with my key. And I have things for movie, TV show, eat out, dance, book, live show, and cook. And then I just have like categories basically for the biggest things that I want to track, like the major recurring things that I want to track. So that's why something like my friend's wedding doesn't have a color, because how many weddings realistically do you go to in a single year? Like 2, 3, 1, 0, you know? So it's not something that happens all the time, which is why I didn't feel like I needed a color for that. Yeah, so now we're gonna move on to the meat of it, which is the daily pages. Flipping here. So on this first page, I have my resolution, or not resolutions, goals. My goals / plan for the month. And you can see a lot of the things I didn't accomplish. Some things actually changed. So a lot of the things that I had wanted to do, I did not get done. Some of it was my fault and some of it was just life / my goals changing. But yeah. And then on the daily pages, this is kind of my style for every page. I'll have a washi. I use like one washi strip per week, or washi design per week. And then I have these big headings for the major things that happen, plus a little bit of writing that corresponds with the heading. And then occasionally I'll do some doodles. That's when I'm like feeling ambitious and I have time. And on the sidebar, I have a to-do list. So here I watched 2 movies and I had dumplings and tangyuan for New Year. And then these next 2 days, I didn't really have anything to journal about. And so I just used journaling prompts from TCMC's blog. And I just answered the prompts. So I did, can you buy happiness? How do you think instant riches affect relationships? What year would you like to relive without changing anything about it? And what is one job you would never do? And then here on Thursday, I made banana bread and chicken soup. So this was fun. The chicken soup came out really good and the banana bread was just okay. We had 7 brown bananas. So to get rid of them, I had to make a huge loaf, and like I split it into 3 sections and froze 2 of them so that we could eat it slowly. And then here is my silly little doodle for chicken soup. The carrot is recognizable, but I feel like the other 3 things, you cannot tell what they are. Basically, this is supposed to be a potato. This is supposed to be the bow tie pasta, and this is an onion. Yeah, they all look pretty bad. And then on Friday, I had an interview scheduled, but the interviewer never showed up. So yeah, that's kind of like a red flag for a job. So I was a little disappointed because based on the job description, it seemed like the absolute perfect fit for me. So I was very excited for the interview, and then they just never showed up. So that was sad. But I did watch Migration in theaters with my boyfriend, and it was a really fun movie. I think it's extremely family friendly, and it like manages to be completely unproblematic, which is a feat in today's political climate. So I did note that, and it's very lighthearted, and it's just a fun time. So I would recommend it. And then I answered another journal prompt to fill up the leftover space. So here, the 12 days of Christmas were over, so we took down the tree and all of the decorations and cleaned the apartment. And then we started planning our Disney trip. Like, we already booked the trip, but we planned out what we want to do on each day in each park. And then it was also the first snow of the year and of the winter. And on Sunday, we went to a diner, and we also went to go looking for a new coat for Mick because his old one was too tight for him. And we ended up getting a black puffer from Target, and it's super cozy. And then we saw The Color Purple at theaters, and I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. And we also watched Romantic Killer on Netflix after the movie. Here, Monday after work, we finished watching Romantic Killer, and I think I was also getting sick again. Tuesday, not much happened, so I did more journaling prompts. On Wednesday, here, maybe this is TMI, but my period has been super wacky lately. Like, my cycle's just off, and I think it might be because I've been exercising more than I am used to. But yeah, I had to note that my period finally started because I was getting nervous. And then I made some really nice pork chops using a dry rub I got from ShopRite. So it was so tasty. And then the next day I was stressed about finances, about my career and jobs and all that. So it was a rough day. Yeah. And then on a Friday, we watched Spy Family Season 2, and it was very, very heartwarming and fun and cute. We got through like half of the season. And then I made turkey legs for the first time using another dry rub from ShopRite, and it turned out pretty good. I think turkeys is just a little more tough than chicken, so I don't know if I would buy turkey again. I think I'll stick with chicken, but it was still fun to try. And it was a busy work day, and I put the sticker "don't want to be here" because mood. On Saturday, my order from Every Minute a Story arrived, so I just swatched all of the washi tapes here. They are so cute. I love them so much. And we also watched Mean Girls in theaters, and I loved the movie. In case you didn't know, which I was surprised a lot of people didn't know, but it is a musical. So yeah, if you're into musicals, you will love this. If you're not into musicals, you probably won't like it. So yeah. On Sunday, I had a rough morning. Yeah, But then afterwards, we went to a wedding and it was so much fun. I loved it. Great time. I put like a little thing about what I packed for the trip and the hotel we stayed at. And yeah, just a great day. And or a great like second half of the day. And then on Monday, we were exploring Asbury Park and Spring Lake, New Jersey. And so I just wrote down all of the places we went, or like the major places that we went, and talked about them, threw on a few stickers. And we also ended up seeing The Beekeeper in theaters, which was fun. It was exactly what you would expect from an action movie. And then on Tuesday, this part is private, but like some things changed about our wedding plans. I'm not going to go into that. And then this was the day that Trump won by a wide majority in the Iowa primaries. So wrote about my feelings about that. As you can see, I was not happy about it. And then I tried to cut my hair for the first time. So that was fun. I think it turned out okay. On Wednesday, I officially started job hunting. So I just threw out a bunch of job apps. And yeah, I think I made a video about back journaling for this week. So I'm not going to go super in depth, I think. Thursday, I had dance class and I made roast beef, and then my order from Once More with Love arrived, so I swatched a few of the washies I got. On Friday, we went spontaneously to go to billiards with some of my boyfriend's family, extended family. I think they're like second and third cousins. And yeah, it was fun. And then we had dinner outside because we were playing billiards outside. So I wrote a little thing about that. But it was a slow morning, and I think I was reading a book and they used this word plaudit, which I didn't know what it meant. So I just wrote the definition and the etymology of it. On Saturday, we went to BJ's and activated the membership. And just did a little bit of shopping. We ended up shopping. The total came out to $160 or over $160. And we were surprised because it looked like we had nothing in our cart. So we were like, how did that happen? And then we had a huge gym day. We did both cardio and back and biceps. Usually that's split into 2 days. And then we started watching Attack on Titan, which is very good. It took me until the 3 episodes to really get into it, but then I was hooked. On Sunday, this was a very fun day, and I apologize for the noise if you can hear that. It's from outside. But we went to Black Iron Burger for lunch, which was so delicious. I got the mushroom truffle burger, and Mick got their pulled pork and Cajun fries. And then we watched Kimberly Akimbo on Broadway, and it was fantastic. I started crying during the second song, and I just kept crying throughout the entire show. And this is my second time watching the show, so I already know the entire plot. I've listened to the soundtrack on Spotify multiple times, but it still got to me. And I was really happy that Mick also really liked the show. And then we continued watching Attack on Titan, and we also got Jollibee for dinner. And it was both of our first time trying Jollibee, and we had a good time. Then on Monday, my TCMC pre-order arrived, so I swatched the washi tapes that arrived. And then Mick got super sick. He had to take a sick day because he could not get out of bed sick. So yeah, I just wrote about that. Tuesday, I made beef tomato soup to help Mick feel better. And we continued watching Attack on Titan. Then the next day, work was a drag as usual. And I was studying Python. It was more difficult than I thought it would be. And so I think that's why I have the sticker, like I was having a hard time with Python this day. And then my aunt called to confirm/clarify some plans about my family coming over on the weekend. And then on Thursday, I got like I placed a big order for field notes on Thursday because I was watching Dozy Ghoul's video on her commonplace books, and I just fell in love with the field notes books because they looked so pretty. So I went and got a humongous order of field notes. And I did film my haul of it. It's coming out at the end of February because I'm going to be in Disney, and so I won't have a video for that week. So instead of like a regular video, I'm gonna have my field notes haul during that week at the end of February. And then I watched Once Upon a Mattress at New York City Center, and it was really fun. The next day, I had an interview with Franklin Templeton, and my stress was through the roof. But yeah, I think the interview went pretty well, and she was going to give me a second round interview, but then the hiring manager said that he already met with several people that fit what he was looking for, so he wanted to put a pause on interviewing more people. So oh well. I wasn't too upset because it didn't seem like I was going to get the job anyway. Based on the job description, I really was not fitting what they were looking for, in my opinion. So yeah, I didn't expect to get the job anyway, so I wasn't terribly upset. And then after that, on Saturday, I had some ballroom classes, and I started prepping meal prepping for tomorrow when my parents came over, because I was going to cook a lot, because I think there was 8 people who ended up coming. So yeah, lots of food to prepare. And then Mick was watching wrestling, so I got sucked in and started watching a bit, but I stopped when Logan Paul came out because I don't like him. Sorry. And the next day, this is when my family came over, so I did a bit of journaling about that, but I spent most of the page just planning out what I was going to cook and the order that I was going to cook it. And then on Monday, we finished season 2 of Attack on Titan and started season 3. And I just journaled a bit about my thoughts on season 2's arc. And my field notes order arrived. And then I did a little journal prompt. What is a convenience you cannot go without? And I said, having modern day utilities all the time. The next day, nothing much went on. I was just annoyed with work as usual. So in the top section, I think I did this for the rest of the week too, but I did journal prompt from TCMC at the beginning, and my first answer was super short for what animal frightens you. I said I was trying to think of an answer besides bugs, but I've got nothing, so my boring answer is just bugs. So I did a second prompt, is there a movie that has brought you to tears? And then on Wednesday, the journal prompt was, what is troubling you the most at this moment? And I said financial worries, unfortunately. And it looks like my manager asked me to come more days into the office because I have a hybrid schedule. And I applied for a position at Morgan Stanley. I still have not heard back from this, so I don't know if when I'm supposed to hear back, if that's a good or bad sign, or if it means nothing at all. And we got Domino's for dinner because Mick was really craving quote unquote bad food. So we decided to get pizza and cinnamon bread toast. And Oh my god, it tasted so good. My plan was to have 1 slice of pizza and 2 pieces of cinnamon twists, and I ended up having way more than that, like significantly more, because I just could not stop eating. It was so tasty. Oh my god. And that is the end. Okay. And then as a last little thing, at the back of the book, in the favorite section, I put down my favorites of every month because there's exactly 12 of these. So for January, my favorites were Attack on Titans, musicals, planning vacations, because I planned the Disney vacation and I also planned the Washington DC vacation that we're going to go on in May, and I had a lot of fun planning them. And field notes. And then over here, my 100, I'm tracking the movies and TV shows I watched. So these are, I think it ends here, number 8. So these are all, I watched 8 movies / TV shows in January, which is pretty good. I think my resolution was to watch 4 every month. So I'm doing very good on that. And yeah, so that was my January flip through for 2024. And so yeah, that was my flip through for January 2024. Let me know if you had any questions about anything, or if you would like me to do it in a different way. Like, would you prefer me to go more in depth about the supplies I use or something? Or like, would you prefer me to just do a quick flip through without going into everything that I'm writing about or something? Just let me know any feedback that you have in the comments. This is my first time making one of these videos. The plan is to continue doing it every month. So yeah, any and all feedback would be very much appreciated. And I will see you guys next week or in a few days with a new video. Bye.